Oh, look at Russ and his pearly whites.
Russ is killing it over here.
This is my wife, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I mean, when I first met Russ and Jeff 10 years ago, when I started at Prosponsive Logistics, at the time it was CL Services, I quickly realized, the energy that they both had. So, being young, you would assume that I would always have the energy, but both Russ and Jeff brought the same energy, Monday through Friday, and it was contagious, and it allowed us to, feed off that and help service our customers.
My first impression of Jeff and Russ was really just two guys that like to have a good time. They like to have fun, but they like to work hard also. I was impressed day one with the fact that these gentlemen own the company, but were willing to do every role inside of the company.
Yeah, so I've been with Prosponsive Logistics now for a little over a year. There are two things that inspired me to join Prosponsive Logistics. The first one is Jeff and Russ's clear sense of purpose and vision that they set for the company. The second one is their humility. During the interview, Jeff and Russ didn't talk about their personal successes despite building a very successful organization from the ground up. But instead, they talked about how proud they are of their employees and how they attribute the company's success to their people.
So my first impression of Jeff and Russ was when I first met them interviewing for a remote administrative assistant position. And I think what struck me about them was that they were very genuine. They had a definite interest, not just in the position that they were trying to fill, but also just in me as a person. And that really impacted me.
Jeff is one of the most interesting human beings I've ever met in my entire life. He doesn't have a stop button. He wakes up and it's go, go, go until the job is done.
We started the company, Russ and I basically started with nothing. Self-funded, self-financed. And we've ran the company that way ever since.
Russ has an uncanny ability to disarm any human being that he's speaking with. They can feel his genuine nature, and he has an ability to make everybody feel like they're at home.
Well, my business partner, Jeff Lantz, and I, we started the company back in late 1996. We're actually incorporated January 1 of 1997. Jeff and I previously worked together at another logistics company, and but both of us had made our careers in the transportation and logistics space. So Jeff and I worked together for a period of time, and then we had an opportunity to go into business for ourselves.
Russ and I called it the dungeon, where we started out at, and that was in the Rocorps transportation facility, and it was literally a dungeon, but it was free office space, free computers, and it was our start, and that's where we began.
So Jeff and Russ have been together a long time. They've been over 25 years now with CL Services and now Prosponsive Logistics. One of the things that they do well, I think, is that they always communicate. Whether or not it's something that they both see eye to eye on at the time, they always are willing to communicate and work through it together.
Jeff and Russ are like a yin and yang. They're not polar opposites, but when combined together, it creates a whole circle.
Yeah, I think the great part about Russ and Jeff's relationship is the balance. They really tend not to get in each other's ways. They know what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are, and that's been helpful for me to observe that. It's helped me become a better leader, because when I know that I'm maybe not the strongest in a specific situation, I kind of let that other person take the lead and kind of observe it and piggyback them.
If you had to define either Jeff or Russ or the two of them together in a single word, what would that be?
Smorgasbord.
Empathetic. That's one thing that I really admire from Russ and Jeff. It's something that cannot be taught. It's an innate thing. It's either you have it or you don't.
I would say for the two of them together, it would be dedication. Anybody who has put 25 years into a company, a business, a partnership, anything like that. That takes a lot of dedication, and I see that in both of those men.
That's authentic. Their loyalty, they're humble, and they want the best out of each rep. They'll spend time doing that, and it's allowed us to grow throughout the years and as rapid as we have.
I truly believe that we wouldn't be the company we are today without Jeff and Russ at the helm. Our culture is a representation of them in itself. We wake up, we work hard, we play hard, and we're honest people. It is truly a reflection of Jeff and Russ on the day-to-day operations.